Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite girl Hadiza, and this is your favorite channel Africa Living with Hadiza. So first of all, I want to say sorry for the little bit of disappearance I've had. The girl has been under the weather very badly in the past couple of weeks, and I'm still recuperating, to be honest, but I said I have to get back on track and just drop a little bit of a thingy. So thank you to everyone who has been subscribing, even though nothing has come through in almost 2 weeks. I really appreciate you. So yeah, I did a poll on my channel about changing my name from Africa Living to Hadiza to Tutu of Africa, which are both my names, and Africa Living with Hadiza won fair and square, so we're gonna stick with that. So today we sit down with a very talented Nigerian artist who also happens to be my sister, and she tells us her very interesting and unique story of triumph, survival, and thriving in a society that is not necessarily the easiest to overcome or the easiest to rise up from, in a kind of unique situation that she found herself. So please watch this to the end. There's a lot to learn. If it resonates with you, please leave a comment. Don't forget to like the video and also subscribe and share. There is so much in here that a lot of young women, girls, even old women and girls would take from. You're never too old to chase your dreams. You're never too old to start over, even when society usually makes it seem like there is a ceiling over your head. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode, and I shall see you at the end of the video.
Hi guys, my name is Zuwira. I'm the face behind the Art of Zuwi, and I'm having my debut solo exhibition coming up very soon. I just want to share a few lessons that I've learned in the journey of being an artist. So I found this talent and passion in the most random way. I became an artist in the most random way. During lockdown, I needed to keep myself busy, needed to find something to do. And I just, went to a store, bought some art supplies, watercolor, cardboard, very random stuff. And then with the kids, I just started painting, brushing, and boom, that was where I discovered that I could actually draw and paint some things. So I have my first painting here that I'd like to show you. This is it. This is my first ever painting. I did this in year 2020, a week after lockdown was called off, after there was movement. I went out to buy a painting about this size, and I was told that it was 50,000 naira. So I just, took a stroll to where they sell art supplies in Abuja. I bought pieces of art, found out how to frame it. I framed it. I reached out to an artist who had been watching, during the lockdown. I found her on Instagram, Maria Megida, and she did something like this. And I asked her, if I could copy it, and she was like, yeah, sure. And I did it, and I sent it to her. I showed her. She was so inspired. She encouraged me. I actually asked her if she could teach, if she was teaching at the time, and she said she wasn't teaching. But I tried my hands on it, and boom, this is what I got out of it. So this is my first ever painting in my journey of art. And it has been an amazing journey, learning and growing so far. Art for me is therapy. It helps me go into myself. It helps me dive deep into my heart, my mind, my soul, to think and bring out all the things that are inside there. I never knew I had this talent, to be honest. I was doing every other thing I was doing until I found art, and it has been pumping my heartbeat ever since then. It has been a passion. So that's just a little bit about the journey so far. So Zoe's 4 Seasons was inspired by a very difficult time in my life, in my marriage. It was actually inspired by so many things, but the first one is I got this sketchbook in 2020, like I told you guys earlier, And I was having a very difficult challenge at the time when I sketched this lady. So this lady is blindfolded with florals on her face, and I sketched this without having never seen anything like this. This was exactly how I was feeling at the time, and as you can see, I named it Oblivion. At the time, it felt like a lady in a state of comatose, or a lady that was just floating in oblivion. She didn't know what was happening. She didn't have a voice. She was being told what to do. Everything was being done for her. So she wasn't thinking for herself. She had no opinions. She didn't have a mind of her own. So that's where this came from. And so I wanted to sketch so many ladies like this. But the 4 seasons came as an inspiration. You know, I was just discussing with my sister about this, and she was like, oh, why not call it 4 seasons and have a theme for every season? So the first season is called Birth, obviously when I was born. The second season is called Growth, as I grew. The third season is called Oblivion. Now, this is the lady that I sketched here. I translated her into color on canvas. This is paper. I translated her to color on canvas. This is acrylic on canvas. So this was my first ever painting from the 3rd season of the 4 seasons of Zuwi's life. I painted this lady and several other ladies like this. And there are different blindfolds, different flower blindfolds. And the different flower blindfolds are stories, you know, to talk about everything. That this is a stargazer flower, a fuchsia pink and baby pink stargazer flower. And this is a beautiful lady, as you can see. This particular one doesn't have a smile on her face, but the other ones have smiles on their faces. So there are 10 paintings for each season. The first season, like I said, is Growth. There are 10 paintings for Growth. Second season is, first season is Birth rather. And I used textured art, just illustrations of abstract textured art to describe birth, the chaos, the pain, the beauty, love, and the passion that comes from being birthed or birthing something, you know. And then Growth was different kinds of green leaves, objects, different kinds of greens, different textures of art. This is a leaf, but I used a different texture. I used glue on canvas. I also used acrylic on canvas. This is just 1 out of the 10. So there are different green paintings to depict growth. So for, like I said, the 3rd season this is the 3rd season, Oblivion. That was a state in my life where I feel like I was going through a lot. It was a very difficult time. In fact, you know, I went through a difficult separation last year, and that was even what pushed me. As individuals and as human beings, we are all flawed. We all have our flaws. And as much as everything that happened between 2 people, this period of 1 year that I've been building this work of art for my exhibition has taught me that I too am very flawed. I was flawed, and I had so many, I had a lot also to do with. I had a lot to put into, I don't know how to explain it. Okay, I had a very huge part to play as well in my marriage, you know, and I saw my flaws after this, and it pushed me to realize my strengths, to find my voice. This period of separation has pushed me to find my voice, to find my passion, to know who I am indeed, to know what I like, what I don't like, what I would appreciate, what I would not appreciate. And I'm so thankful. I'm thankful for this period. You know, with this painting, I just want to highlight that even though this woman was in a gray zone, that was where I was at the time of my life. She was in a state of calamity, challenges, but these flowers, these florals, even though blindfolded, represented hope. a hope of something better. I didn't know where the hope was going to come from. I didn't know how it was going to come. But this was a representation of hope, that there was hope, there was light at the end of the tunnel. Because the gray woman is the woman she's not in light, neither is she in the dark. She's just in a gray zone. And a gray zone, all the things that come with gray zones is like being in a platonic form, being in a place of non-movement. But this was a representation of hope, that there's light, there's hope, you would see again. So I want to inspire as many ladies as myself who have found themselves in a voiceless situation, who have found themselves in a situation where they cannot really express themselves. There is hope. There is hope to one day find your voice. There is hope to one day find, and there is solution in every problem. There is a solution in every problem. There is hope in every dark situation. So no matter how dark the situation is, as a woman who did not have a voice, I'm here to share that you can come out of anything. In the deepest pit, you can find your voice, you can find your passion. In fact, that is a place of discovery, is a place of renaissance, is a place of rebirth. You can be reborn, you can recreate yourself, you can recreate your world. No matter how dark it is, you can come out of it. So that's what this gray woman represents, the gray woman with many flowers. So basically, that was the inspiration. So the fourth season is freedom. Now, the great and huge responsibility that comes with freedom, standing at the crossroads, having to make decisions, that's exactly where I am right now. But then, like I said, the colors were hope. And so the theme of freedom is a burst of colors, different expressions of life. So now I'm finding my voice. I'm taking baby steps because it's just been 1 year I started to find my voice. So now, even though it's a still small voice, it's growing and it's becoming louder, and I'm being able to express myself better now. So that is what freedom is about. Freedom is about the different colors, the psychology of colors, the different energy that colors bring. So I'm stepping into the freedom of expression, freedom of just being the best version of myself, because ultimately, as human beings, I think the highest thing that we can do for ourselves is being the most authentic version of yourself that God has made you. Not anyone else, not trying to be anyone else, not trying to hide behind anyone, because I hid behind so many things in every season of my life. But in freedom, I find myself standing by myself, saying, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to be. This is how I want to do it. And so I'm here to tell this exhibition is to inspire women like myself. I'm giving back whatever I raise from this particular season to women that have been battered, that have not had self-esteem, that had low self-esteem, that lost their voices. I'm giving it back to them, to encourage and inspire, because so many people have found themselves in this circle of life where they just get to the point, after growth, they just get to the point where they are just stagnant and nothing is happening. But this, I want to give back to them so they can know that there is hope. They can step into the light, they can step into colors, they can step into everything that they have been created to be, because there's so much that lies within us. Imagine finding my talent in 2020 and having an exhibition in 2023. I mean, anybody can do it. There's space in the air for all of us to fly. I've never seen birds collide in the air or planes. Everything was made in its place, and God has put it inside of us. All of creation is waiting for us to manifest that beauty and graciousness, all that God has put inside of us. So don't stop in the dark pit. Don't sit there and think that there is no hope. There is hope. You can be anything that you want to be, anything that you desire in your heart or your mind that you want to be. You can be all of it and even more. So I'm happy to have shared my story with you. Thank you for listening so far. has been so fulfilling. I've been so amazed by all the people that came out to appreciate my art, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. It has been a total experience. I don't have many words to describe how I feel. I'm blessed, I'm grateful, I'm thankful that everyone has come to support me. Some of you have bought my art, and I know that some of you are still going to be seeing more and more of me. This is my first solo exhibition, and I'm very excited. More and more art is going to be coming out to you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your likes. Thank you so much for sharing. So I appreciate you all so much. Thank you. God bless you.
So this brings me to the end of the video. Thank you to everyone who has watched this far. I really appreciate you for staying through to the end. I hope you learned one or two things from this video, and even if you didn't take anything, I hope you take the fact that it is okay to start over, no matter the cards that life may have thrown at you, and it is okay to speak out regardless of society's expectations, regardless of whatever pressures you may have put on yourself. It is okay to speak out if you find yourself in situations where you're being taken advantage of or your basic human rights are being violated. There shall be some links in the description box for anybody who would want to reach out for further counseling, or maybe just somebody to talk to. There will be links in the description box that you can follow, and please speak out. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and you can find more on the Art of Zuwi and her paintings at the Art of Zuwi on Instagram. You could go over there, send a follow, and if you want to talk with her personally, be free to send a DM. Thank you so much to everyone who's watched. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with somebody that it will help, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.